I remember when the foundation ceremony of Delhi Akshardham was being done, and it was a huge ceremony, and thousands of people had gathered from across the world. It was early morning. Pramukh Swami was seated on the stage, and all the most important VIPs were seated on the ground right in the front, and there was a huge amount of other people seated. There was no way anybody could have identified Narendra Bhai, because even then, at that moment, he was relatively unknown. So I remember on the stage, Pramukh Swami was seated and the program was going on, and then suddenly Swami Shri called me and said, there Narendra Bhai is seated in that audience. But where? I just could not even identify, because there was a massive crowd. And then again, Swami still zeroed on him and he found him, and he said, look, he's seated there and there. And then he mentioned one thing which was very important. He said, when everybody goes down into the foundation pit, and there is a very symbolic, and it brings of a great ritual and great fortune, that everybody goes into the foundation pit, they would put something as a part of their contribution, and many people would put some coin as auspiciousness. And that's when Swami told me that you go to him. I know that he will not even have a coin in his pocket, so ask somebody to give him a coin which he can place in the foundation. Imagine when thousands of people are seated, but at the same time, the only thing Narendra Bhai always carried was not possessions or money, but always confidence and self-assurance. And that he had in plenty. And I still remember that his eyes watered up when I personally went to him and said that Pramukh Swami has said this. It's a very emotional incident. But this incident does not end there. Later on, years back, after he became the Prime Minister, when he brought Malcolm Turnbull, the Prime Minister of Australia, to Akshardham, that was also very naturally done. Imagine over dinner or lunch when you sit with another country's Prime Minister, and Narendra Bhai suggested to him that, let me take you to a place which is very close to my heart and you'll also love it. And that's how they decided to come to Akshardham. Hardly anybody knew. There was no pre-checks and things. And fortunately, it was Monday. Akshardham was closed, so there was not a big security hassle as well. But in that Akshardham campus, when he was just India's Prime Minister Narendra Bhai and Prime Minister Turnbull walking across, and when we went up to the main Murti of Akshardham, now in all its glory, and that's when I turned to both of them and very privately I said, and I think it's worth revealing now, I said, it's the person and his character and the values that he possesses makes person a leader. And both of them turned to me before the Murti in the Sanctum Sanctorum of Akshardham. I said, Mr. Prime Minister to Turnbull, that you are perhaps one of the wealthiest Prime Ministers of the world. He's a great businessman, very wealthy. And I said, I would like to introduce to you the Prime Minister of India. When the foundation ceremony of this very place was being done, he did not even have a penny in his pocket. That's when Prime Minister Turnbull turned and he says that he has the wealth of Indian values and wisdom and the love of India all around him.